Hey guys, Museman here, back with another Identity 5 video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys some of my ranked Chang gameplay with the Frost package. Alright, so we can see right from the start of the match, this is, I believe this is spawn point 6. It's either 5 or 6. Both the spawn points are so close that I sometimes get them mixed up, but generally speaking, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to teleport straight to this bridge. That's pretty much guaranteed to be a survivor there. And so now I'm chasing the perfumer. Got a nice easy hit off her at the beginning, which makes for a really great start. Chances are this is going to be a short kite. So the thing that hurts Chang the most, I would say, is probably early game with all of the pallet spam. Like if you keep spamming pallets on Chang, especially white Chang, it can be really tough for him to get the first down. So if you're the first kiter, you just want to keep throwing down the pallets behind you whenever he gets close, because he's going to basically be forced to eat all those pallets. So as for my build goes, yeah, you can see I'm running teleport there. I actually don't like running peepers on anybody. After the nerf, I just kind of found that it's not really worth running. I end up finding the mind's eye here, and I'm actually going to like completely leave the perfumer alone on the chair, because the mind's eye is definitely more worthwhile of a chase. So I'm going to go ahead and take the mind's eye to the chair, and this is the survivor I'm going to stick with for the rest of the time. So yeah, as for my build goes, I go left. I also go down, so detention, and I basically use the rest of my points towards pallet breaking. I just find that that's the... I used to run left down and then berserker, but just for the camping, but I didn't realize that was the merc there. But I find that this build works better for the first down, since that's what Chang typically has a hard time doing, is getting that first down there. But we can see the perfumer is using up their tide, and this will be an easy second sharing for me on the mind's eye. So you see I basically use the soul siphon there to basically rush that merc rescue. And if it was any other survivor, I would have been able to actually soul siphon them, hit them, and then they wouldn't be able to rescue. But so we can see, is that the priestess going for the rescue? I'm pretty sure it is. I can see there's someone on bridge. That'll be just something to keep an eye of. If this mind's eye ends up dying on chair here, I would have been able to just teleport right there. I'm just getting a hit on this merc here. And now it should be a relatively easy down for this area. These pallets are all eaten up, but that somehow missed. I was kind of surprised about that. So I kind of thought I could work around this pallet here, but it's kind of a pain. I also kind of struggled around that wall, but you can see where white Chang tends to struggle with tight kiting, but his hitbox is good enough that transitional kiting is not too much of an issue. Also with transitional kiting, you've got your soul siphon thing, which makes you very, very fast. And I know that a survivor is over here. Not quite sure what I was... Oh, I found footsteps in tent. Okay. I think it was I didn't want to chase the priestess because the priestess was stacked. There's one cipher remaining, so I'm also aware of that. And you can see him stopping, looking around, making sure no ciphers are wiggling. But until a cipher starts wiggling, I'm just going to go ahead and keep track of this merc. But you can see I'm stopping now and then. He's just eating all his pallets up, as he should. You can see he's using elbow pads there. I'm looking out. I want to see what cipher is going to be going first. And I see that cipher's going off, so I teleport here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and tunnel the priestess here because she was working on a cipher and we don't like that. So you can see the priestess gets her speed boost. She's gonna actually make me force me to break this pallet here just because it's a tough pallet to work around. So they can just keep looping that if I don't break that, and she's gonna use that opportunity. I was trying to exploit the hitbox there, but my range wasn't quite long enough. There we go. There's the hitbox right there. Now the priestess is on the chair, so that means someone has to rescue, someone has to decode if they want to try to pull this into a draw. So, but if I interrupt that decoding, that's going to stall it out more. And I'm just going to make my way over to the mercenary here. So I get a nice early hit there, and I'm going to teleport straight to the chair. And that basically makes it so the mercenary is not going to be able to rescue there. So now I can quick take the merc to the chair. And that means that this is a secured win for me because they weren't able to prime that cipher in time. So that perfumer popped that cipher there. So that means that I can basically just camp with my detention here. I want to make sure that the perfumer isn't planning on rescuing the priestess there, but it looks like she's just going to be going towards the gate to secure the one man. Oh wait, no, what is she doing? Is she going to try to rescue the mercenary here or something? I don't really know, but we can see she's on the backside of the bridge. Right here, I was just kind of bored, so I was testing hitbox and what counts as hitting a chair or not. Yeah, I was really bored after this because the perfumer was taking so long getting out of the gate. So I was like, what counts as hitting a chair? So apparently that does. I guess this is a little demonstration for you all. So you can see that hitbox goes a little bit directly to the side, but the real issue is the charged one that goes way out to the side. Like, I can back way out here, and look, that hit the chair right all the way there on the side, and that's just like how huge his hitbox is. Anyway, spawn group 1 here, and you can see same build. What I do with spawn group 1 is I'll go to whatever cipher is there in the back, and I see that nobody's right there, but once I walk in here, there are footsteps that catch my eye. I'm hoping that it's the mind's eye, because the mind's eye will have a hard time kiting. And we can see off in the distance that that is the mind's eye. So I ended up striking the jackpot there. It wasn't the forward or the merc, which is really fantastic. So that was basically forcing the mind's eye to stay in this area here. And being that she drops pallets so slow, that allows you to be able to get those hits through the pallets a lot easier. I should have done a charge attack here, but somehow that missed. And the time it takes for him to charge up that attack is also really long, so that makes tight kiting really difficult. But I end up getting a Terror Shock here anyways, and I'm going to take the mind's eye to the chair. So they do have 2 rescues. The mechanic is still going to work on cipher rushing, but overall, this is a fairly solid start to me. So I'm going to go ahead and try to force this survivor off of that cipher. And we can see that it looks like that's the mechanic there. You can see her fiddling with her controller. But I'm trying to pay attention to where that rescue is coming from. And we can see it's the mercenary. So I ended up getting a hit on the Merc there. I was actually totally fine with that body block. I wanted to deal as much damage as I could to prevent the Cypher Rush. If you can get out of a rescue without taking damage as a mercenary, take it. Because that is... even if the survivor you're rescuing gets hit, the ideal scenario is the one where you don't get hit. And you can see that Mind's Eye ended up getting hit anyways. I wanted to see if she would control her bot, and we can see that she is. But now I've got my second sharing. She died on the mechanic Cypher. I know the mechanic is here and her doll is here. So we can see that's happening right there. So this probably is where the downfall of like preventing all the Cypher Rush came from. Was that she died on the Cypher. I ended up getting a hit on the mechanic, and I actually end up going for the double hit here. I go through this pallet and the mechanic's right there. And I think this must have been poor communication or something, but the forward is also here. So the forward's going to try to harass. I was fine hitting the bot anyways because, you know, the Mind's Eye is not going to be able to kite very long anyway. I probably didn't need a stun there, but either way, I was going to do it. And now I know the forward's around the corner. I just go straight to picking him up. The forward does get a stun here, but when it comes to a forward and you're playing as Wu Chang, you kind of just have to eat those stuns. Because otherwise he's just going to stall too much time. And if he does go for that stun, that usually leaves you in an easy position to get a hit in on that survivor. So, yeah, that tends to favor me if I end up getting a double hit like I just did on that forward. Just dishing out as much damage as possible. But you can see the Cypher Rush has definitely slowed down. They're at 3 Cyphers remaining. This Cypher has progress. We're assuming that the Merc's trying to pull off another Cypher, and the mercenary, or the forward, does get a stun there, so I end up getting the mechanic down, and I'm going to work on getting this forward down again. I end up getting a stun there. That forward should have dashed away there. He should have, depending on how much football he had left, but I'm going to go ahead and take the forward to the chair. There's 2 Cyphers remaining, so that I don't need to worry about a prime Cypher or anything. So I go ahead, take the forward to the chair, and then I'm going to head back for the mechanic. So you can see the mechanic's healing is about 65%, so that was good timing. So I'm going to go ahead and take the mechanic to the farther chair. Now in hindsight, I probably should have taken the mechanic to the chair first because they're the ones that are more likely to carry struggle speed. And plus the forward was closer to this chair than the mechanic was. But at this point, the forward, if he gets rescued, is going to be rescued after half. And the mechanic has progress now. So I'm sticking around in this area trying to find where that Merc is going to be coming from. And now I've got my tinnitus off, so I know that there's somewhere in this area. This forward ends up getting rescued. And he actually kind of ends up running into me. So I'm going to go ahead, stun him, and he's dead on chair, so that basically is a secured win. I didn't know if that Merc was going to be going for that rescue there. We could see it looked like he was about to. So he ends up going on the bridge, and I end up getting a soul siphon on him, so he couldn't even rescue if he wanted to. And now I'm going to make my way back to the forward. The forward is dead on chair. So you can see that's going for me. I've still got a cooldown on my teleport after getting that soul siphon in. But either way, even if he gets dungeon, I'll be totally okay with it because in ranked, I basically just go for the 3-man. Now, if this was tournament, I would have probably ended up slugging the mechanic since the mechanic is likely to be an easier survivor to down again for a second time. But you can see how right away from the start of the game, I took advantage of what spawn point I was at, and I teleported to the nearest cipher that allowed for the easiest down. So if you're a Wu Chang main, especially if you're playing on Moonlit, since there's usually at least one spawn point that is ideal for you to go to, just go ahead and memorize those, and that'll definitely help your Wu Chang gameplay. Thanks for watching. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you have any suggestions of what hunter you would like to see me use in a future video, I'll be taking suggestions for that in the comment section below. Also, if you have any comments or questions, I'll be answering and responding to those in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.